Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are planning to start a career in software testing or switch into a high demand testing role, this video is for you. Today we'll discuss the complete roadmap to become a performance tester in 2026. We'll cover what to learn, the order to learn it, and the important tools which you need to learn, and the specific timelines and the skill actually companies are expecting right now. Okay, we'll go to the roadmap. We'll see the phase wise. Okay, in the phase one, you just focus on software testing fundamentals. Those are like SDLC, Agile, Scrum, defect lifecycle. See, in this video, I'm not explaining each and every phase like I'm in particular topic because the video will be lengthy. So in this video, I'm going to only cover what you need to learn and what is the tools you need to learn whatever the right now the company is expecting that we are going to cover in this video. Okay, so see this STLC like complete this you need to learn software learning cycle like from till starting to till sign off. Okay, so from gathering requirements to till sign off you need to focus on these things. Okay, so and come the Agile. So nowadays everyone is following Agile methodology and you need to know about Scrum actually. So I'll share you the each topic wise the YouTube URL also in the description. You can go there and you can check what is the Scrum and what is the defect life cycle, because these are the real time things which you need to learn. Okay, Agile and Scrum and what is the defect life cycle, how you are going to raise the defect and how you are going to close. Okay, so second, coming to the phase 2, these are the network basics. So these are the protocols here, HTTPS or HTTP, and these are the REST APIs. So what is the JSON, what is the XML, and what is the status codes. So must and should you need to learn all these things, because most of your work you are going to work on the real time on these topics only. Because if you don't know about the JSON and XML and status codes, so you are not able to work properly. Okay, next coming to the phase 3, here the SQL. Okay, so as a performance tester you are not going to be master in SQL. Okay, just you know how to do like insert queries, update and delete, and CRUD, few joins. Okay, so group by and backend validation also you're not required. So maybe you need this backend validation, but insert, update, delete, these SQL queries will be enough to validate the issue. If you are facing the issue, then you need to go to the DB and need to validate. So what's the data in the backend DB? So for that, these things will be enough. Okay, so coming to for here Linux. So coming to the Linux, so basic commands will be enough and server monitoring. So commands also like how can you create the folders, how can you delete, and how can you edit that text files, and how can you monitor like CPU, like disk memory spaces, and all these things will be enough. Okay, and if you want to know like check the build versions and all, that depends on project wise. Okay, there you can go through specific path and you can check. Okay, so next coming to the phase 5, so here you need to learn performance testing concepts. So what is load testing, what is stress, what is spike, endurance, and what is the TPS, transaction per second, throughput, response times. Okay, so here you need to execute at least twice or thrice to get more exposure. Like what is the to execute the test, how you are executing a load test, stress test, where exactly you are, when you are going to exactly execute the load test, stress, spike, endurance. So these things you should know. Okay, so coming to the phase 6, so here, so right now for the performance testing, so in the market they are looking with these major tools. Okay, first thing, there is more openings for the JMeter, and second thing, LoadRunner. Third one, right now it's growing on the K6. Okay, and the Neoload. Okay, so coming to the JMeter, so see here the topics is everything is common. Okay, so applying like the difference UI feel will be difference. Okay, but whatever we are applying, right, performance testing concepts all are same in all three tools. Okay, so you can go through in the JMeter. For the JMeter you need the Java should be installed, so then only JMeter will work. Okay, so in the JMeter, go through recording, how can you record with proxy. Okay, and then go to correlation and parameterization, how can you prepare the report, how can you execute the test. So those things you need to check, go through in the JMeter part. Okay, so coming to load runner we have the three components. So if you are using like community edition for practicing vision, controller and analysis, okay, these three things will be, you should be aware about these things. Okay, so vision where you are recording scripts and doing the scripting part, and controller where you are defining your scenarios, and where your analysis is the reporting part and defining scenarios, and you can execute from here the test. Okay, coming to the K6. Okay, K6 and neoload, blazemeter and gatling. So there is no much market for gatling, so there is more openings for K6 and neoload and blazemeter. So in the market they are looking for combination of skills, JMeter with blazemeter. Okay, and K6 with blazemeter. So these are the actually they are looking for in the market right now. Okay, coming to the monitoring part. So AppD, Dynatrace and Grafana. So if you learn these three monitoring tools, this will be enough. You don't need to learn like additional any another tools. So Datadog is there, but that's like the same pattern. So how, if you are facing the issue, how can you drill down? So if you are explaining in the app dynamics, the same pattern will be there. Might be the UI feel, look and feel will be different, but the same pattern you can explain with them. Okay, so coming to the cloud, so if you learn AWS EC2, like what is S3 and IAM, so these topics will be enough to explain in the interview part. But OCP also, like OpenShift container also nowadays like companies are using, so you can go through that part also, OpenShift container. Okay, phase 11. So this Docker fundamentals and Kubernetes basics is like these are the extra which you need to learn and focus on learn. Okay, so these things mostly they won't touch, like if you are having like 6 years of 8 years of experience, so mostly they are not looking for these kind of skill set. Okay, but I'll share the playlist for you, okay, in the description. Please go through these things also, Docker fundamentals, Kubernetes. Okay, so coming to CI/CD, Jenkins GitHub Actions. See, like, so if you are nowadays how can I say, if you are executing the test, okay, the same script they are uploading in the Jenkins. Okay, if any changes in the build or code perspective, so if any new build will come automatically, the existing script will be triggered via CI/CD pipelines the Jenkins, the build will give the result. Okay, but every time you need to update the script, like if any new changes is coming, you need to update the script. Okay, then it will automatically store that script, continue, it will execute the build there and it will give the result. Okay, so coming to programming. Okay, so for the JMeter you need to learn bean shell or JavaScript if you are using the JMeter. Okay, so coming to the K6 and neoload, you need to learn the JavaScript basics, and coming to the loadrunner you need to learn C. Okay, these are the things, and Java also we can use in the loadrunner part. Okay, so coming to next, the phase 15, where we are going to cover about real-time projects, reporting and RCA and interview preparation. Okay, so RCA is nothing but here root cause analysis, which if you are observing something issue, which you need to write out the root cause analysis from why it's happening, from which component is affected. You need to clearly mention in the description wise. Okay, now we'll see real-time project here. See, if you are preparing for interviews, it's important to know the types of real-time projects that performance testers work on. Okay, so below are the practical project ideas that reflect common enterprise applications. Okay, in this video we are going to cover two applications. One is banking and one is e-commerce, because these are the major domains like actually in the market. Okay, so coming to the internet banking application. Okay, take any another application, okay, for your reference. So there you can see the modules. Okay, these are the modules I can say. Login, one is the module, account summary is one module, fund transfer is one module, bill payments, mini statements, credit card payments are the modules where we are going to test these modules based on the users are load. Okay, so coming to the performance scenarios. Okay, so these are the scenario. For example, so we are going to test with on the login component here. Okay, so with the 10,000 users simultaneously. Okay, then here once you started the test, you can monitor execute fund transfers. Okay, while monitoring response times. Okay, then you can test on this part actually, and test salary day traffic spikes. Okay, on that salary day how the traffic is there, so you can test that part also. Okay, then performance endurance testing for the 24 hours. Okay, run the endurance testing for the 24 hours and check the application behavior or memory leak, any issues is there. Okay, and verify database performance under high transaction volume. Okay, if you are executing with 100 tps, okay, then you can run with a 200 tps with double the load, and you can check the performance, how application is behaving, or database any lag, you can perform that one. Okay, so you can mention as JMeter for the banking project, JMeter or LoadRunner. Monitoring tools as Grafana, App Dynamics, DBs, Oracle SQL. Okay, so this is the real time scenario which if the interviewer is asking, you can tell like this kind of scenarios which I have worked on it. Okay, coming to e-commerce application, we have the modules here: login, product search, product details, add to cart, checkout, payment, order history. Okay, so these are the scenarios. Okay, if imagine like the August 15th is coming, or Black Friday, take it as Black Friday, so that time the users will be more on the application. Okay, so that time you need to check with the 50,000 users, like we can check this scenario, like 50,000 users are browsing the products. So that time they'll use we can see the spike on the users, like on the 12 a.m. exactly, the users, the sale will be start, the application on the application users will be more. That time we can see how application will work and how it will behave. Okay, for that we can perform the spike testing here. We can validate the response time, because before flash sale itself we can run spike test. If we are expecting 50,000 for the flash sale, then we can run with 60,000 and we can check how the application behavior it will work. Okay, then validate the search response times, like under load how the response times. Okay, these are the things which we need to monitor: response times, TPS, error percentage, and CPU, how it is. Okay, so these are the projects covers the majority of real world performance testing concept and are excellent examples to discuss in interviews. Okay, so by this we can complete like what we need to learn, like how we need to learn, which tools you are going to learn. Okay, so follow this roadmap consistently, practice with real world projects, like install any dummy projects and execute the JMeter test and check the application behavior. And if you are executing, then you'll get the confidence step by step. Okay, if you found this video is helpful, just like and subscribe. Okay, and follow for more tutorials. Thanks for watching.